Welcome back to Real Talk, and here to help us out with today's topic are Joyce and Tiffany Francisco.
Welcome,
mother and daughter. Look at this.
Okay. Let's start with Joyce. What made you decide to adopt? And when was this?
I was already turning 30.
Okay.
And I was ready for motherhood, but then I was not capable. Okay. So I decided to give adoption a shot, and I think that's one of the best decisions I've made in my life.
So, wait. So right away you went to one adoption agency, or
How did it go?
I was so naive then, so I thought if I go to an agency like Cribs Philippines, I'll go there and go home with a baby.
Buying a baby, or shopping.
And then when I went to Cribs Philippines, they told me, oh, you have to go to an adoption agency. And they told me to go to Kaisang Boy Foundation. And that's how I started. The first time I laid eyes on her, I fell in love with her, but then I couldn't bring her home yet because there's still some documentations to be made. So from then on, I was sleepless until I brought her home.
But how young was she when you saw her?
She was 6 months.
6 months. So out of all how many babies?
And so how many babies were there?
And then she stood up.
Did you
said,
spot her?
No, that's how I thought it was.
But
I was so wrong. Upon my inquiry, I was told to attend a pre-adoption forum wherein prospective adoptive parents would know if they're really ready for adoption. Okay. And all the frequently asked questions are addressed.
Tell us your journey, Tiffany. What was it like? I mean, when did you find out that you were adopted?
Do you have a memory of meeting her?
Yeah.
Or what's your earliest memory of your mom?
I guess 6 months pa lang. Wala na. She's always been your mom.
Yeah, I found out when I was 5 years old.
Okay.
So that was kindergarten, but then I didn't know what it exactly meant.
And how did you find out? How?
My mom told me.
Yeah.
My mom told me. And that was the good part because some parents won't even tell their children that, but I'm just happy that she did. She had the guts to.
And how did you tell her?
Yeah, how did you tell her?
Because
5 years old, said anak.
Yes, she was at that time she was jumping up and down the bed, and she told me, "Mom, didn't I come from your tummy?"
So
was I wrapped in a baby blanket and I was given to you like what she sees in movies?
Yeah.
And so I thought that was the right time to tell. So what I did, I held her close to my chest and then gently told her that she didn't come from mom's tummy. And then she stared at me and asked me, "Mom, if I didn't come from you, where did I come from?"
So right away at 5 years old, you actually asked that question.
Yes.
And so how did that make you feel? Oh no.
I'm sure very emotional.
What was the question again? I'm sorry.
How did that make you feel?
When you
found out at 5 years old, when your mom would tell you?
I was confused, but then I was also happy because she told me right away. So that's the best part.
But you said at 5, it didn't actually sink in.
It didn't. When I was in grade 2, I brought up the topic again.
Okay.
So my mom and I had a sit-down dinner and we were talking about it. And then I went to school and I told it to one of my classmates. So the funny part there was they started calling me na parang, "Di ba orphan ka?"
Oh no.
Yes. So my first reaction was like, oh, so orphan and adopted are just one and the same, but it's not. So I went home crying to my mom. I was like, "Mom, my schoolmates are teasing me that I'm an orphan." Then my mom told me that orphan and adopted is way different. So there.
So how did you explain the difference between being an orphan and being an adopted
I
child?
told her that an orphan means the parents are gone. But her case, the mother gave her up for a better future for her. That the mother did it for the love of the child. And I even told her that it's not easy for a mother to give up a child, but she did it out of love.
And this one, I'm sure you're asked a lot. Did you ever look for your biological parents?
I did.
And
I found her through Facebook. Yes.
and how was that? I mean,
What did you say?
yeah.
I searched for her name, and then only one person came out. And then I was like, oh, she looks like me because I have her eyes.
Oh.
So I messaged her at first. I asked kung meron po ba kayong pina-adopt na pangalan Tiffany. So I just sent that message, and then the following day, I got a lengthy reply. And she said that, oo, meron nga akong pina-adopt at ikaw ngayon, Tiffany Joy.
Oh my God.
So there.
And how did that feel?
How did that feel for you?
I cried.
Yeah.
But it was tears of joy. But yeah, it felt good because it's like the hole inside my chest was already it was already filled because it was answered like that. So there.
And how did you feel
How did you feel?
about learning?
In the first place, I was the one who told the name of the mother.
That's true.
Because so in the birth certificate nakalagay the mom's
So
Her
name.
first
keep it a
birth
secret.
certificate.
Is there also like sometimes there are rules, right? Or is there rules? Okay, maybe that's what I want to find out. Whether
Should you
should you reveal to the
or-
child the name?
Since ours, I went through a legal adoption process. So in the forum, they encourage adoptive parents to tell it as early as possible. And since it's nice because we were educated on how to handle these things, so somehow we were psychologically ready.
Yeah. Did you have any? I don't know how to say this. Like
Fears?
fears, of having her find
Yeah.
her real mom and say all of a sudden she won't like me anymore as her mom.
None at all. None at all.
You were
None
that
at all.
secure.
And did you reassure your mom? I said, Mom, it's
Of
okay.
course.
You are my mom. Can you tell us about how you reassured her?
When I got the lengthy reply, I was really shocked. So my mom was outside my room. So I went out and I just started crying. And then I told her that I found my mom. And then I was crying. And then I told her that, don't worry, Mom, I don't plan on seeing her anymore in person because I already have a mom. So it's okay.
And you have really no plans of seeing.
No.
No, not at all. Okay, now, what are the misconceptions when it comes to adoption? Because there's some that doesn't really work out as well as your stories have. You know,
Yeah.
what are the
Misconceptions like, siguro hindi mo siya masyadong mahal kasi hindi siya galing sa'yo, hindi mo siya kadugo. But then I would say, I didn't even feel that.
Yeah.
Because I fell in love with this child the first time I laid my eyes on her. And from then on, it is my, I've been a
Mother
parent to her, I've been a
instinct, yeah.
mother to her.
yeah.
Or sometimes there are stereotypes like in
Yes.
melodramas.
Yes, that's true. That's
Ampon ka lang, inaapi.
That's true.
What can you say to dispel these stereotypes?
I tell them that I feel what birth mothers feel towards their child. I feel the love, I feel the pain of a child when she's in pain. And when she was a baby, I would cancel all of my appointments if she's sick. I want to be the one to bring her to the pediatrician. I really
You did everything. You did everything for her. How about you, Tiffany? What was it like, or what were the challenges growing up, being somebody who was adopted?
First is that people would tease me that I don't look like my mom.
Okay, that was right off the only because they knew already.
Yes.
They
And
knew.
how did you
so-
handle that?
Oh, even before.
Even before they knew, parang they say,
Yeah.
why don't you look like
Yes,
your mom?
yes.
Okay, and then
So it was hard because I wanted to keep it private that I'm adopted, but then I was very open to it.
What did you
And
say to your classmates?
that there's nothing wrong with being
If you are,
adopted.
yeah.
Yes, there's nothing wrong.
Also, did you go through a rebellious phase, which is, I don't know if it's a stereotype in media that when an adopted child finds out, magre-rebelde. Can you enlighten us on this matter?
If she went through some rebellious phase, I think it's more of the teenage aspect, not because
you're
she's
19,
adopted.
right? You're 19.
So
I just turned 19.
Natural
Oh, wow.
teenage
Yes, natural
hormones.
teenager, and most teenagers. I talk to my fellow moms in school, and their childs are like that.
Are the same.
We're on the
It's
same
not
boat. We're in the same boat.
Anyway.
Adopted or not, we're on the same
So even
boat.
for you, was there ever a point in your life that you were like mad or any rebellion or mad at your mom or something?
No, I didn't have any of those like holding a grudge.
Yes.
Yes, I don't have that. And I don't know, it's not just me. Like I don't like holding grudges. And yeah.
Well, good job, Mom.
She taught me well. I mean, she raised me well.
She raised you
very
well. Thank you so much, Joyce and Tiffany, for being with us today. And we'll hear more from them after the break. But again, we'd like to invite our viewers to send in their thoughts on Facebook or tweet us at CNNPH Lifestyle. And don't forget to use the hashtag CNNPH Real Talk. We'll see you in a bit.